looks like Noda is going to be your winner of this Portuguese Grand Prix. Rossi is your champion. JJ splits the middle, gets past both drivers. The infamous, the iconic, the halfway point of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to round 6 of Fox's Racing League. Another great Sunday evening we have on the books here. And for this weekend, we are in the great Abu Dhabi. We are in the UAE. We're at Yas Marina. You may know it as several different things. However you know it, I hope you know it as fun. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brad. As always, I am going to be your commentator here today. And we are going to be looking at an exciting race. Of course, nighttime race here. One of the infamous tracks designed by the Mr. Herman Tilke. One of the infamous circuits that have been designed here. Of course, several different layouts through. And there's been some controversy, there's been some chaos, there's been some excitement, but however you know UAE and you know the Yas Marina circuit, you know it as fun. Track record here is a 126.1 held by Max Verstappen in 2021. And I'm sure we're going to see some stellar laps here today. Let's go ahead and jump on track here where no one is rushing to get on track yet. We are, of course, 30 seconds in here to qualifying. If you're new to FRL, it is an 18-minute qualifying session and a 50% race here in the Yas Marina in Abu Dhabi. So we'll see exactly how things line up now. We've got some action here going, 45 seconds, and it takes them a little bit of time to get out on the track here. Of course, we are going to be looking at approximately 26, 20, a little bit more than 26. We're going to be looking at 28 laps, I believe. Here today, of course, 2 DRS zones here on the Yas Marina circuit. Some very, very fun spaces here. I know some of the drivers here in Split 2 have already said that turn 9 is going to be a problem for them, so we'll keep our eyes out on that and see if turn 9 actually proves to be an issue or not. As we watch here, we are a couple minutes in. We've got everyone on the outlap now going through. And let's recap a little bit of what happened last week. Of course, last week was a little bit of excitement there. We have some drivers with some time penalties and picking those up for causing collisions and overtaking. Few people got in trouble for pressing ready before the host, and no one with a race or quali ban here. So when we look at the Drivers' Championship, where does that land us at? Oh, where does the driver standings land us at? There we go. Driver standings. There we go. Now we can take a look at them. So Radislav Kepa is currently the lead here in the Split 2 race. Badran is in P2. Juro, Franek, Nekshak, Andre, Velix, Marios, Nathan, and Kubu rounding out our top 10. As far as our team standings, we're looking here. Aston Martin currently leads the way with McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Alpine, Ferrari, Williams, Red Bull, AlphaTauri, Mercedes, and Haas. Currently finishing out our top 10 here in our driver's standings. All right, now let's get back to the track on action. Maku has intermediate tires on, which I think might just be a potential slight glitch there, that he doesn't actually mean to have those tires on. But as we watch here, we're riding with Kushor, who's coming along fairly well. So we see Kushor coming through the middle sector now, and the run down what's essentially a second backstretch, really, how I look at it. And currently he's setting the purple times through as he starts sector 3. There's that turn 9 that drivers have talked about that could potentially be an issue for them as they go through. And now he's going to come around the third sector. Third sector can be fairly tricky here as you watch, and it's just a bunch of very, very sharp left and right hand corners. This is where you'll see a lot of drivers potentially get impatient, maybe some passing opportunities through here, and we'll just have to see how the race plays out. And Kushor is going to come through, and Kushor puts in a P3 of a 124.9 and immediately jumped by Syntax in the Red Bulls. Syntax now in a reserve standing here in FRL, so Syntax is going to be helping out and running reserve in Split 2 and Split 1. Here and there and time to time, and it's nice to see Syntax, a wonderful name, back on track, putting in a P3 provisional quality time right now. We'll jump on board here with Frantic. Frantic is coming through the third sector and looking very smooth. You can see just how you have to kind of cut the corners apex to apex and kind of just swish and whoosh and push and pull all the way through. And as you come around here, final corner, and it's a little tricky because you can almost miss your point there if you're not paying attention and you think you're going into the pits. You can see a little bit of action happen through there, and Frantic with a 125.7, and that is going to be good enough for a P7. And now we've got Mumamek, who is coming through the final sector, coming around, and Mumamek is going to come down with a 125.9, good enough for P9. Now we've still got a few drivers out and about here. We've got Maku, who is out on the intermediate tires. Not sure what that's about, but I'm not one to question the drivers because I am not the driver. So very interesting decision there coming from Maku, but I'm gonna let it slide. We'll jump back here with Pink, who is on an outlap there in the Silver Arrow Mercedes. You can see coming in third sector, really warming up the tires. So we're about a third of the way through qualifying now, and it's Mario, Juro, Baran, Syntax, Kushor, Bartosh, Nathan, Frantic, Kubu, and Mumamek currently holding down our top 10 of our 16 drivers qualifying. Of course, we do have Spaghetti Mafia, who is going to be one of our drivers qualifying as well. And Spaghetti Mafia, a fairly well-known name here in FRL, and really exciting to see Spaghetti Mafia being back. And as we see Pink, their first sector, pushing a little too hard, spinning out there through the first few corners. I believe he was in... That was the section's turn 3-4, but it still registers as a purple sector 1. That seems broken, but we're going to work with it. So Maku is doing multiple laps on the intermediate tires. I don't know if anyone knows why or if there's something going on that I'm not aware of, but that's really interesting. But looking here, Gamer and Pink are out doing push laps. Pink is running down the second DRS zone right now on the second backstretch, as it essentially is a second backstretch. And running through, but you can see fairly far down, Kubu has DNF'd out of the session, and there's Gamer in the wall as well, in through the same turn 2, 3, 4 complex. Now you can see Gamer trying to rejoin there and doing well to stay out of other people's way. Radislav Kepa is coming down into that same turn 2, 3, 4 complex. And as Radislav Kepa comes down, Radislav Kepa is going to set a purple first sector, looking really, really good there. Radislav Kepa coming down to the end of the backstretch there, and Radislav Kepa goes purple for the middle sector, and now coming around turn 9. Where is Radislav Kepa going to find himself finishing out here? Coming around into the third sector, into the turns 12, 13, and 14 complex. You can see there the wonderful Rolex logo as they go underneath the hotel. Of course, the track was built as a $40 billion complex, I believe it was. Fact check myself here. Yep, $40 billion worth of development here to build the F1 track and everything around it, which does include different things like a Ferrari-themed water park. Radislav Kepa comes across P4 with a 124.7. You can see ramping over the curbs there. Very, very happy with performance. And now we've got a lot of drivers going through on push laps here as we come through. His teammate Baran was on a push lap, but that's been invalidated. Marios is out going into the backstretch here through turn 5 and down. And where is Marios going to find himself? Currently sitting on provisional pole in that Williams with 8.5 minutes left to go. Spaghetti Mafia comes across for a 124.5. That is going to be an AlphaTauri behind him there of Nathan. Nathan pushing up into P5 now, and now we've got an Aston Martin who's coming through. I believe that is going to be Baran who's starting a lap. Mumamek should be coming through, finishing a lap now. Mumamek coming through the final corner here through turn 16, runs down a 125.9. Not good enough to improve. And now let's see who else is going to come through. His teammate Gamer is coming down. Gamer 2021 coming down and across. And where is Gamer going to land? Comes across good enough for P14. So improving a little bit, not significantly though. And Marios is now coming through the final corners. Was down in the middle sector. Is Marios going to be able to improve any here? Coming across the line, Marios does improve a 124.501. Fairly good time there coming in from the driver there in the Williams. And now we just continue to watch everybody push through. You've got the Haas drivers of Spaghetti Mafia and Maku who are coming through. Maku's invalidated his lap, but his teammate Spaghetti Mafia is still on the way through. Juro coming across the line, a 124.579. Still sitting in P3 at the moment, not improving. Spaghetti Mafia is into the pits. Teammate Maku is going to be on another push lap here, and we'll see if Maku's going to be able to put in a representative time. Currently sitting P15 with a 133.5. And who's going to be the next driver to come across here? We've got Baran, who is coming down into turn 16 now, going into the pits there. His teammate Radislav Kepa is in the pits as well. We've got a lot of drivers in the pits with just a few minutes left to go here in this qualifying session. That's the Ferrari of Gamer going very, very slow through the middle sector. I'm not sure why Gamer stopped like that, though. I think it was just to try to let traffic through, potentially maybe overheated the tires and was trying to let them cool down as well. Of course, that turn 6, 7 chicane there in the middle of the two back stretches provides a really, really good late braking passing opportunity. And we'll see if any drivers take advantage of that. Juro coming across with a 124.485. So now the Alfa Romeo is currently up into provisional pole here. Just a couple minutes left here in this qualifying session. 5.5 minutes to be precise. We've got Syntex who is out on a push lap now, coming through the final sector around turn 15 and turn 16 here. And where is Syntex going to land? As Syntex comes across a 124.880, still sitting at P7 at the moment. Radislav Kepa is coming around the final sector as well, and we'll see where Radislav Kepa lands here in the Aston Martin. Of course, Radislav Kepa is currently our drivers champion. Comes across a 124.7. Radislav Kepa with 3 podiums and hasn't finished below top 5 this season. So really excited to see where Radislav Kepa lands out here by the end of the season. Kushor is coming around through the first sector there through turns 2, 3, and 4, which are very, very light flowing corners down into the hard braking zone and sharp left-hander of turn 5. And then we're going to have just a long run with DRS here down into turn 6. So that hard braking zone into turn 6, the sharp chicanes there, turn 6 and turn 7. And now you come around turn 8 flat, then you open up DRS and run all the way down towards turn 9. Kushor, purple middle sector, so this is setting up to be a really good lap here. Turn 9, good left-hander, and now you're into the hotel section of the Yas Marina circuit. As we go through a little bit of traffic in front there, I don't think that's going to be an issue for Kushor though. As Kushor comes through, you go underneath the hotel here. Around the final couple of corners, and then where does that land you? Well, if you're Radislav Kepa, it's a 1:23.9, and then Kushor comes through, but doesn't actually improve enough. So Kushor is still a 1:24.850. And sitting P8, even with a purple middle sector. And Radislav Kepa, who was the driver right in front of him, was able to put in a stellar time there. 3.5 minutes left to go here in qualifying. Mumamek is just now exiting the pits here on an outlap. Gamer is just now exiting the pits for an outlap. And of course, the pit lane is really weird here because the exit goes underneath turn 1 and shoots you out into turn 3. Now let's jump on board here and see what drivers are doing what here. We've got Marios, who is coming through that turn 2, 3, 4 complex. And then behind him, you have Juro, who has just exited the pits. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left to go here. Marios is looking fairly good. Spaghetti Mafia is coming through the third sector here. We'll see if Spaghetti Mafia has anything in the tanks to improve. And it goes right back into the pits. Syntax here is on a lap as well, straight into the pits. Is Syntax going to try to come out and put in another hot lap? Baran is out. You've got Kushor there with Radislav Kepa right behind. They are going to be going into the pits here. Where is Baran going to come out and come through? Baran coming around the final corner here. And is Baran going to improve any? Baran improves to P2. So as of right now, we have an Aston Martin P1, P2 on the grid here. And Baran improved to P2 with a purple third sector as well. So really, really good time coming there. And now we've got Marios, who is coming through the hotel section here. We'll ride on board as Marios finishes his lap. And where is Marios going to come out here as Marios comes around the final corners? And Marios, final corner, exit straight to the line, shoot through as fast as you can. Marios is going to break up that provisional 1-2 there with a 1:24.263. Very, very good time there. Nathan is coming across the line now. Nathan is still going to be in P7, 1:24.691. And now we'll see what other drivers we have to watch coming across the line here. We've got the Red Bull of Bartosz, who's currently coming through the third sector into the hotel section. And where is Bartosz going to finish his qualifying session as Bartosz comes through? And Bartosz comes final couple of corners, and Bartosz is going to go right into the pits and call it a qualifying. 60 seconds left to go here. And now let's check out who we have behind here. We've got Spaghetti Mafia, Maku, who's coming around final sector of 1:33.5. So Maku not improving at all here. Now we've got Franic, who's coming around final corner. Is Franic going to be able to improve? Franic comes across 1:25.282, good enough for P11. That is the Ferrari behind of Gamer. Gamer is able to improve enough for P9 here for these final moments here of qualifying. Mumamek is going to come across. Where is Mumamek going to improve to? Mumamek does not improve at all. Must have had a shocking lap and is way down there. Now, who do we have coming across the line now? Marios into the pits here. We have Pink coming across with the Alfa Romeo there behind. Juro up into P2. Pink stays P14. We've got the Haas coming across there. not improving, and now Nathan comes across the line. Nathan does not improve. Checkered flag falls. Nathan did get across the line fast enough to have another lap in, though, but at the moment it looks like Radislav Kepa is on that provisional pole and is going to be our pole sitter here as we continue to watch cars come through. Juro pulling over to the side of the track and retiring here from qualifying. Baran's out. Nathan has called it. Syntex has finished P7. Kushor P8. Gamer 2021 is still on a push lap at the moment. Maku has came across the line, and that is going to be qualifying over for Maku. Gamer 2021 as he goes across the line here. What time is Gamer going to put in? I can't tell if Gamer is pushing or going slower. It seems like going significantly slower on an end lap here. So that is going to be our qualifying session over here. Mumamek, who is significantly down here. And then Pink, the Mercedes, the silver arrow, going to be the last driver to cross the line. And where is Pink going to be able to place that silver arrow? If anywhere, and spinning there coming through the hotel section. So that is going to be our qualifying session over. Puts us in Radislav Kepa, our current points. Our current driver's champion, currently sitting on pole position. Juro in the Alfa Romeo sitting P2, Marios P3, Baran, Nathan, Spaghetti Mafia, Syntex, Kushor, Frantic, Gamer, Velix, Bartosz, Mumamek, Pink, Kubu, and Maku. So 16 drivers finishing this qualifying session. Maku already declaring a last to first challenge here, so we'll see where the drivers land themselves through the qualifying session and who comes out where. Roughly 30 seconds to the green lights coming underway. Wow, words are hard today, everyone. But I hope everyone's excited for a great race here in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Of course, this track layout was just opened up in 2021 when they eliminated the chicane going down into the turns. But enough about that. We're 5 red lights and we are going to be underway here. And for the drivers, it is going to be everyone away as fast as possible here. And right down into turn 1, Radislav Kepa is going to take the cut there. That is going to be Baran trying to get past Juro there and doing well. You've got Spaghetti Mafia, Syntex, and Nathan that are 3 wide running through here, and everything's going to settle down there. Nathan has a poor run, and back in the back, it's a lot of jockeying for position. Baran is all the way down in the P5, trying to hold on. Look at that. They're like 5 wide in the back, and there is Kushor on Frantic, and there's a tap there to the wheel of Gamer, and then that is going to be the driver of Kubu getting involved as well. So both those drivers unfortunately are going to fall back. Look at Kushor getting a little bit racy there on Nathan, but keeping things very, very clean as they run down. See there, just on the corner of your screen, you can see Baran and Spaghetti Mafia getting a little racy. Spaghetti Mafia catching the bad side of that and falling down. I saw some carbon fiber there, and I believe that is the end plate there from Spaghetti Mafia, but I'm not sure. But drivers getting away here. Lap 1 through. Now you've got Juro on Baran. Baran able to get past Juro here, and Baran is going to be up into P3. And now, as we come around through the hotel section for the first time, Radislav Kepa has a 1.2 second gap there. Marios also 1.2 seconds from Baran. Baran 1.2 seconds on Juro now getting a run, and that is Juro having a massive snap of oversteer there. Syntex up into P5 from starting back in P8 now into the mix here, and you can see that is Spaghetti Mafia looking to have a dive there on Syntex down the inside, going out of the final corner towards turn 1. They're going to be going through that was a weird switchback there from Spaghetti Mafia. But looks like all of our drivers survived the first lap, which is the important part to know here. But back in the back, Lonely Gamer dropping back pretty far from the jump. But in the front of the pack, you have the Aston Martin Domination split by a Williams there. So let's look at who's gained, who's lost. Maku up 4 places, Pink up 3, Bartosz up 2. Kubu up 1, Marios up 1, Baran up 1, Juro down 2, Syntex up a couple positions off the start. Gamer and Velix, of course, the big losers there from the beginning. Maku is now up 5 places after Maku's now gotten up there into P11. But looking through, surviving the first lap of 29, very, very important to do, and now it is just a matter of survival. But if you're Juro, that is what you cannot afford to do. Juro with a massive snap oversteer there out of the corner, and that lets Syntax and Spaghetti Mafia by. Juro now down to the P6 and has Nathan right behind him. Tire strategy, we're looking at 2-stop, medium, medium, hards, 1-stop, medium to hard. Of course, this race does run through into the sunset. And what's our tire strategy? A big old mix of Radislav Cape on the softs, everyone else looking between the medium and the hards. So Radislav Cape, I am going to guess, is going to try to commit to a 2-stop here. DRS has been enabled now. Of course, no DRS for the first 2 laps after the start of the race, or 2 laps after a full safety car. Braun here trying to chase down Marios, just a couple tenths back. And is he going to be able to get the move done here? He is not. He's just far enough back, but he will have the helping hand of DRS, giving him an extra 15 kilometers an hour down the straights. You can see he's putting that to good use there, looking down the inside here on him, and a little bit of a wheel tap there. That was a little naughty coming in from the Aston Martin driver, but Mario's able to hold it together. Baran backs out, and so the drivers hold on to the positions they're currently in. And of course, you get the second dose of DRS down the second straight here. And for Spaghetti Mafia, he's really happy to have that second dose of DRS as he tries to chase down Syntax. This battle right here between these 4 drivers for P2 could shape up to be a big battle by the end of the race here as we watch the drivers following each other through the hotel section again. We've got Bartosz and Kushor battling. Of course, Bartosz able to get past there, and now Bartosz sets off to chase down Nathan. And now this 4-way battle might split off into 2 2-way battles if Syntax can't keep pace there on Baran, but I can't imagine that's going to be too much of an issue. You can see as the drivers come through. And from the pictures here, Baran is trying to hold on to Marios, and Syntax is trying to hold on to both of them. 1 second the gap now as they cross the detection point. Was Syntax able to get DRS? I don't believe so as they cross the line here. DRS open there on the car of Baran, not open on Spaghetti Mafia. Look at that. Syntax is going to run very, very hard to the left there, trying to hold Spaghetti Mafia off. That's going to be to the outside now. And is he going to be able to get past outside, switches to inside? Spaghetti Mafia is able to get past Syntax there. But now as they cross the next detection point, Spaghetti Mafia has to worry about Syntax behind. This is a slightly shorter DRS zone, but it is just enough. And Syntax isn't going to be close enough to get the pass done there. So that is going to be those drivers holding on to P4 and P5 where they're currently at. And now, are they going to work together to try to chase down Baran and Marios, or are they going to try to fight each other here? Of course, Baran half a second back on Marios. We've now got a yellow flag there as Bartosz has spun in the middle sector out of turn 9. And that is going to be our first safety car here. As you can see, Bartosz back away, but completely missing the front wing. And now, what are the drivers going to do about pit stops? Unfortunately for Radislav Kepa, he was a little too far ahead and was past the start-finish straight before he could try to catch in and pit. And it looks like the safety car is going to let the whole field by, because I think he was past the start-finish line there before things got underway. And now all drivers are going to have to do one more lap around. Is anyone going to opt to pit early here? Is my question. as we come through, Radislav Kepa does opt to go into the pits here. Aston Martin Garage is ready for him, and going on is going to be a fresh set of hard tires. Looks like Radislav Kepa is going to be the only driver that opts to go into the pits here, and now we're going to watch the pit exit. Goes underneath the tunnel and comes out, and you'll see him shoot out on the right side of your screen there into turn 3. And Radislav Kepa is going to come out all the way in P13. Significant drop back there for the race leader. But onto a fresh set of hard tires. And, of course, Bartosz going into... not into the pits. Okay. Now as the drivers continue to lap around here under safety car. Lap 6 of 29. Safety car was, of course, caused by Bartosz going into the wall there out of turn 9 where the cars are currently heading and just snapping oversteer, I would guess, and going into the wall there on that right-hand side. Safety car going very, very slow through here. So the drivers probably want the safety car to speed up a bit, try to keep some heat in their tires as they go around. Now the drivers coming through the Classic Hotel section here. You see drivers all swerving through. Spaghetti Mafia driving pretty just straight and relaxed. Syntax weaving there, trying to keep heat built up in those Pirelli tires and keep things nice and ready to go. We're going to have at least one more lap under safety car here. I'm really amazed at just how slow the safety car is going. It's going very, very slow. You can see the drivers are bunching up pretty significantly going through those final corners. Which, of course, in a Formula One car, these corners slow are nothing. You're hardly turning when you're going through the corners in a Formula One car under safety car, but for the safety car, this is probably significant pushing that's going on there behind the wheel there of the Mercedes safety car. Drivers are coming around here. You see safety cars going through. Marios is going to take control of the field here as they come through. So Marios will be the decider for when we go back green and when to take off. You can see letting a lot of space build up there to the safety car. Now as the safety car gets out of the way here, Marios decides when we go back underway, and Marios has opted to go now. You can see that is Spaghetti Mafia getting a pretty big snap of oversteer there out of the final corner, losing several places there. Now Maku's teammate is trying to battle Giro there. Around the outside, Syntax dropping down to P5. So first couple drivers getting away well. It looks like other drivers weren't able to keep their tires together. And now Syntax dropping back considerably there, spinning through turn 1. Syntax now to the rear of the field. Up front, Baran and Marios getting away well. Giro's battling it out with Franick right now, trying to hold on to P6. Franick is going to get ahead here. And Franick up into P6, Juro, P7. You can see Juro out of line here too, so Juro might lose even more places if we go down and run through. And who is going to land it here? Juro on the inside, so Juro bullies his way up through there. Kubu and Mumamek battling. Kubu is going to be up into P10. Mumamek now into P11. Mumamek having a moment there going through the turn 6 and 7 area. Mumamek missing a front wing, dropping all the way back here. Baran up front, and look at that. Nathan in P3, 2.3 seconds back. Maku and Spaghetti Mafia, P4, P5. The teammates in the Haas going to try to work together here and chase things down. Right now, the big target they have is going to be on the back of that AlphaTauri of Nathan. And okay, that was a weird one there. Spaghetti Mafia potentially having some connection issues and glitching through. But I think we're all good and still going through here. And you've got Marios, Baran, who have both taken off here. Of course, no DRS for 2 laps after the safety car. Maku currently setting a purple first sector, which is really impressive there in the Haas. Is he's going to continue to push through. Of course, on those 8-lap-old medium compound tires, Spaghetti Mafia falling off behind him. You see he's putting in a lot of speed trying to chase down Nathan here. And now as they go through turn 6 and turn 7, that gap is getting just a little bit closer. He's going to continue to try to follow him through here down the second backstretch. They come out of turn 8, and he's going to dive a little bit there around the outside. Pretty snappy maneuver there, and he's around through. Maku now up into P3. There's some serious pace in that Haas F1 car. As he continues to go through here, you've got Spaghetti Mafia now, his teammate back in P5. He's going to be trying to chase down Nathan. Frantic and Kushor P6, P7. Syntax currently sitting in P16. And Syntax, Juro, and Mumamek all having to pit that last lap to get, I would imagine, new front wings. Maku comes across, fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and that is a very, very competitive time. And what that means is that we're going to have a battle heat up here in just a little bit. Bartosz DNFing out of the race there, and that is going to be another yellow flag, and that is indeed our second safety car here on lap 10. I don't know what happened there. I think Baran lost it out of the final corner. We'll see if we can see here as we come around there on the right-hand side. He did. He snapped it out of the final corner, went into the wall, and you can see the stricken Red Bull there on your screen. And that is going to be our second safety car. And for these medium tire runners, they're going to be very, very happy for this safety car. So anyone can be able to get into the pits yet. Syntax is going to be really happy for this safety car, too. It brings Syntax right back into the game here. And now let's see, as we come around the final corners here, through the hotel section, is anyone gonna opt to go into the pits here? And I hate how wet the track looks right now. Like, where it's nighttime, it looks very wet, and it's very unusual. Mario's still not going to the pits, but there goes Baran straight into the pits and picking up a time penalty for corner cutting, which is really, really a weird place to be picking up a time penalty. Baran coming down through the pits here. And what tires is Baran going to opt for? Off of those mediums onto a set of fresh hard compound tires. And now a lot of the field is in. Maku's in. Maku going onto the hards. Double stacking at Haas. Having to hold Spaghetti Mafia for a few seconds there. Kubu's now into the pits. Kubu going onto a set of hard compound tires as well. So it looks like pretty much everyone is opting for a hard compound tire except for, it looks like, Gamer and Velix. Now, and as we see the drivers exiting the pits here, it's Marios, Nathan, Kushor. Those three opting not to pit, opting to stick to current strategy, which is an interesting decision. but it finds them currently P1, P2, P3, but behind them they've got some fast drivers. They've got Baran, they've got Maku, they've got Frantic, they've got Spaghetti Mafia, all drivers, very, very fast, and all on brand new hard compound tires. Pink and P8, Kubu, Gamer, Velix, Juro, Mumamek, Radislav Kepa, and Syntax bringing up the rear of the field. Of course, Syntax just now coming through turn 5 as the rest of the field is rounding out turn 10, or the front of the grid is rounding out turn 10. So it's going to be just a few minutes under safety car here. I would say we're probably going to have about 3 laps, but should be interesting, especially for these first 3, which I can't believe the front 3 didn't pit. Maybe they're going to wait another lap and they know they'll lose more track position, but I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't have pit right there, to be honest, especially if you're on 10-lap-old hard tires. We'll see if any of the drivers here opt to go into the pits. And it looks like Nathan thought about it, fakes him out. Kushor there, getting very faked out. And now as they come around here through, just look at how aggressively all of these cars are swerving to hold heat into their tires. So lap 12 of 29 here in Yas Marina. And as you can see, the lights are coming on. The sun is going down. We are into almost the halfway point of this race. And you can see Marios again. Deja vu here. Marios taking us underway. It will be his call when to go. Safety car ending here. Nathan in P2. Is Nathan going to be able to catch him and get the jump and get past Kushor here in P3? You can see just how bunched up the grid gets here. And Mario's thinking about going, then not going. Or when is Mario's going to decide to go here? And now we're back underway coming out of the final corner, and we're back on green flag running here. Lap 13 of 29, nearing the halfway point here in the Yas Marina circuit here in Abu Dhabi. As we run through the first couple of corners, everybody's gotten away very well. Spaghetti Mafia there, you can see looking at a run. Very, very tight racing near the back of the grid as well, but we're back through. And is Spaghetti Mafia going to be close enough for a pass? No, he's not. We've got Baran here, who is under pressure by Maku, that is going to have a bit of a slipstream here. Of course, again, no DRS for 2 laps after safety car. Now look at Baran is diving out of the chain here, trying to break the stream and go defensive. And you can see the silver arrow there of Pink doing the same thing. And now as we run around here and we come out of turn 7, we've got the... Man, is it really a corner? It's turn 8. And now we've got the run down towards turn 9 here. And Maku's right on the rear wing there of Baran. Maku thinking about a dive there, but just not close enough to make it happen. And now as we come out, they're still side by side. Maku is indeed going to make it happen there. Baran had to run wide, but now Baran's got the inside for the next set of corners. And is Baran going to hold on to it? Baran's going to be on the inside. It swaps to the outside here. Maku is on the inside now for the next few corners. And Baran has to back out of it for being on a compromised line. Maku is going to have us up there into P4 now. And now Maku can set off on chasing down these old, worn-out, hard tire compound runners here of Marios, Nathan, and Kushor. Spaghetti Mafia sitting here trying to chase down Frantic, just a couple tenths behind. We've got a yellow flag sector 1. That is going to be for Syntax spinning out there in turn 3. It's very, very unfortunate there. Look at Maku diving out the inside there on Kushor, dipping out of the slipstream. Has the run down, breaks a little bit later, and jams it through. Pulls a Max Verstappen there, but Maku is into P3. And now Nathan goes very wide there, coming through the corner, and now it's going to be a side-by-side drag race there, and Maku is through before you can say anything. And now we've got Kushor coming through for P5. You've got Frantic and Spaghetti Mafia side-by-side running through. Spaghetti Mafia is going to have the preferred line there on the inside for turn 9, and he's going to come out, and Spaghetti Mafia puts that Haas F1 car into P6. As we go through Maku into P2 now, trying to chase down Marios. 1.9 seconds, almost 2 seconds the gap, which for 14 lap old tires to still be pulling out a gap is beyond impressive. Yellow flag sector 3, I believe that is going to be for Syntax again, spinning out there in the 3rd sector and getting back underway. Maku, 4/10 of a second gap here, 3/10 of a second. Purple middle sector there for Maku. So Maku, we're halfway through this race, and Maku is on a tear to try to get up to the lead here. And then, of course, Marios, Nathan, and Kushor all on older hard tires, so they're going to have to pit eventually here. I don't know when they're going to do that, though. Mario's trying to defend as best as he can here from Maku. See just how close Maku is. And Mario's going to give up the ghost there. And Maku is going to take over the lead here with a considerable gap and a fastest lap there as Marios is into the pits. Nathan stays out a little bit longer here. 15 laps on those hard compound tires here. The 29-lap circuit. So over half distance done on the set of hards. Now as it continues to run through, we've got a yellow flag, Sector 1. That is going to be for Gamer 2021, who has spun but is back underway. Nathan, 2.9 seconds the gap here to Maku, now 3.2. You can see that gap just opening up here. Baran right behind, trying to chase him down. And we are under safety car for the third time here, lap 16 of 29. I don't know what we're under safety car for, though. But we are indeed under safety car number 3. Which for Nathan and Kushor is going to be a beautiful thing, because this would have came out just right when they needed it to. But we're 3 safety cars in with 1 DNF, and hopefully this is not an indication of what's coming for Split 1. Spaghetti Mafia stays out here, but of course, predictably, Nathan's in, Baran's in, and Kushor is in. We'll see what the drivers opt to do here through Going on to tires. Kushort is going on to a set of mediums. Nathan's on the mediums. Baron's on the mediums. Gamer's on the mediums. And I believe those are the only 4 drivers we're going to see pit here. So Maku, Spaghetti Mafia, Frantic now our top 3. You've got a Haas 1-2 shaping up so far, sitting on fresh sets of hard compound tires. And now as we watch the drivers come around here, sitting, and I'm curious to see what the drivers opt to do here as we are into lap 17 of 29. We're past the halfway point here. I mean, it really is, it's crunch time for some of these drivers. They really got to figure it out. I'm looking at just who is doing what with tire strategy. It's a big mixed grid. But Nathan, Kushor, and Baran are going to have the upper hand here on the fresh set of mediums as we come through. It has been short safety cars, though, today, which I'm very thankful for. Spaghetti Mafia is still with a little bit of a connection issue, I think, here. Riding on board with our leader here through turns 2, 3, and 4. You can see just how slow the safety car takes it here. 80 miles an hour coming in through. And you can see how desperately Maku just wants this car to hurry up. Which, of course, if you're in a road car, this is probably pretty fast to take things through here. Taking that corner at 50 miles an hour is pretty quick. You can see there, Maku slightly overtaking the safety car. They're not leaving a lot of room. Maku is pulling Max Verstappen moves here, trying to hurry up the safety car and get it to get going. Because Maku is ready to get this over with. Safety car has been called in this lap, so we will be back underway. And Maku, for our third green flag rerun, will be the one that will take control of the field here. As the safety car gets out of the way, Maku will get to decide when we get back going. You can see putting a lot of heat into the tires and swerving pretty hard. And we'll see when Maku opts to go ahead and get going. And now as they come underneath the hotel here and around the final corners, when is Maku going to get going? You can see the field all stacking up. He's going to want to try to go at some point. He's got his teammate right behind him, so that is probably going to help him decide when he goes a couple corners before the end, which is an interesting decision. Most drivers wait. I feel like we saw Marios waiting a little bit later than that, but he did catch the field a little bit off guard, so we are back underway. Yellow flags in Sector 3. I think that's just because of how slow the field had to go there through that final corner. We're back underway now. And look there at Velix, or Marios and Mumamek going around there. And Mumamek getting bullied there. Nathan on the fresh medium tires now going to have his run around as well. So Nathan is now up into P9 Straight away after the pit stops, we're back going, and here we go. That is going to be Nathan and Mumamek battling it out. Mumamek is going to get slightly ahead there. It's 2 by 2. Of course, you can't bump draft in a Formula 1 car, but I bet these drivers are wishing they could. And now, a little bit later on the brakes there is Nathan. Nathan's going to be the outside. It's going to switch back to the inside. And Nathan is going to get shoved into the big pile up there happening. I don't know what just happened, but that was a big pile up with a lot of carbon fiber through. A lot of defensive driving. So Baran and Nathan are now both out of this race. And we are on to our 4th safety car. We didn't even get half a lap of running in. And I don't know what just happened there, but it wasn't pretty, whatever it was. I think someone got into the back of somebody and pushed them through. I'm going to look and see if I can figure out what exactly just happened. If we can figure out what just happened. Looking at a replay here. So Kepa and Mumamek are into the pit. So looking at what happened there, Nathan was side by side with Mumamek. And then it seems like everyone just got hooked and put through. Somehow Mumamek survived that, which I don't know how. I'll see if I can get the stream up, get the video up on stream here. It is from the Twitch. It is from Nathan's Twitch stream. So while we've got a second here, I'll see if I can get it pulled up. Because that was interesting. So, and if we look here, right at the end, what happened, you can see they were racing side by side. They're going to run in here and watch the rear view mirror. He's going to come through, go through. You could see the Ferrari right there, and then it's a hook and a send. Very, very unusual moment to happen there. So, but I'm sure the stewards are going to take a look at that later. I'm very thankful I'm not a steward. Mumamek is into the pits there for a set of softs. We've got 8 laps to go. Radislav Kepa hitting under safety car as well. Everybody else has stayed out on their respective tires. I need a better replay feature. If someone has a way to get a better replay feature here in FRL and F1, please let me know. And of course, Buchik has put into the chat a view of what Syntax saw through that, and how Syntax didn't DNF. I don't know. That was insane. kudos to Syntex for some defensive driving through there. Unfortunate that Varon and Nathan are now out. Oh boy, we're going to be back underway here as the safety car is going under the hotel. Maku and Spaghetti Mafia find themselves P1, P2 in the Haas. They are going to be the ones to get us underway here and decide who goes when. We'll see when Maku decides to make the jump here. Spaghetti Mafia behind. In 21 laps, we have had 4 safety cars. Hopefully we have just a good run to the end here, but look how close Spaghetti Mafia is to Maku, and look at Maku getting a little snappy there. Maku decides to go in the penultimate corner. We're now back underway here for starting of lap 22 of 29, and now we're going to get going. Let's see how this race finishes out, if we have another safety car or not. Our top 5 drivers are all on 11-lap-old hard compound tires. Velix and P6 on 11-lap-old mediums. Everybody else behind has had to pit in at least one of the safety cars since then. And now you can see here, Velix is under pressure from Marios. And Marios is one of the drivers that have pit within the last couple of safety cars. He's on a newer set of mediums than Velix is. You can see here, as we watch, Marios is not able to get past him there through the first couple of corners. And now you can see Pink doing a little defensive. That is Syntex, who is doing a big dive around there. And Syntex, it's paying off. Syntex up at a P9 now, trying to hold on to it, coming out of turn 6 and 7, running down through turn 8, and now down backstretch here. Syntex and Juro battling it out here for P9. And who is going to come out ahead in this battle? And Syntex is going to hold on to the inside here. And who is going to come out ahead? It again is going to be Juro there. Now Syntex under pressure by Radislav Kepa, and Radislav Kepa on the newer medium tires, and Syntex still very competitive there. That was Martios going very wide, and as they come through and come out, Syntex does hold on to the P10. Looking up here near the front of the field, Spaghetti Mafia and Maku just trying to cruise through. We've got a yellow flag there. That is going to be for Gamer 2021 that has spun out in the final sector. No safety car, surprisingly. As many safety cars as have been thrown, so we're back underway here. Now we're going to look back up here near the front. Frantic trying to chase down Spaghetti Mafia. 0.7 of a second the gap there. No penalties really need to be worried about at the moment. Syntex has fallen down into P11 now. Kushor is in P8 under pressure here by Juro. Juro in P9 just a couple tenths back. Is Juro going to be able to have a run here? Lap 23 of 29, yellow flag sector 2. That is going to be for Gamer 2021 spinning out again. Pink has dropped way back as well, spinning out of turn 5. No safety car yet. Everything's good. Track is clear. We're still under green flag running here. Velix is less than a second back. No DRS for 2 laps after safety car, if you don't remember that. And so we are just running through, and here we go. This is the shot of Mario's trying to chase down Velix and having Kushor right behind. It's an Alpine sandwich, and Williams is the jam. And as we run through the gorgeous hotel section, I'm glad we're finally getting an overhead shot here of the hotel section. You can see that battle back behind of Kushor, Juro. That was a very, very weird break there, coming from Velix stopping the way he did, but Mario's able to compensate well. I don't think he ran into the back there, but Mario's now very, very close. Fastest lap coming through there, and now we are back around. Look at this battle that's developing behind these drivers, though, between Juro, Radislav Kepa, and Syntex. Big battle there. You've got Juro on the inside there. Kushor, is Juro going to be able to get the pass done? Juro is able to get the pass done. Now, is Kushor under pressure by Radislav Kepa? That is also a yes. Is Radislav Kepa going to be able to get the pass done? Is Syntex going to be able to stick his front wing up into the mix and get a pass done here as Kushor goes very defensive, gets sandwiched between an Aston Martin and a Red Bull, and now also has a Ferrari behind to worry about as well. Gamer 2021 retiring out of the session there in the pit lane, so that is Gamer 2021's race over in the Ferrari. And now as we come through, who comes out ahead here? Kushor dropping all the way back to P11. Syntex up to P9. Mumamet going to be into P10. Now Syntex sets off on the strong chase to try to get to Radislav Kepa and Juro. Radislav Kepa able to get past Juro. Marios and Velix battling it out here, and that is Marios on the outside, Velix on the inside. Marios able to go into P5 there. Velix P6. Radislav Kepa is P7. Juro just a tenth of a second back in P8 as we run through the hotel section again. And now as they come through, who is going to be able to get this pass done? We've got yellow flag, sector 1. I don't know what that was. That was really weird, but I think we're okay there. Pink in the silver arrow has dropped way back, and now that was almost a moment from Syntax. Syntax able to hold on to it. And now as we continue to go through, you can see the defensive masterclass brought to you by Alpine and the Renault engine. Velix doing great to hold back Radislav Kepa here and Juro, but Juro is not going to be contained any longer. Juro is going to be on the inside here for the run into turn 5. Is Juro going to be able to get this pass done? Syntax now trying to get a pass done as well. Syntax not close enough. Juro, a little bit of a compromise line there. Is Juro going to be able to hold on to it with DRS? I can't tell how this is going to end. Gaps are very, very tight here, and Syntax is less than a tenth back. Syntax looking around. Syntax is going to settle in here. Juro and Radislav Kepa, that's a big screw up there from Radislav Kepa. Radislav Kepa now going to be there, and is Syntax going to be in the mix? Syntax up the inside, DRS open. Juro does not have DRS here, so Syntax able to get up into P7, and I don't think this battle for P6 is anywhere from over. Look at the dive Radislav Kepa has there against Juro, going in the inside of turn 9. Inside turns to the outside here for turns 10, 11, and 12. And oh, very, very tight battling there, and Juro, snap of oversteer there. Juro is going to drop back into P10 now. Mumumek's going to say thank you very much. Come around there, and for Juro, that battling, medium tires, just a little bit too old, gave out there. He's now down into P10. Will he be able to chase back through? Not sure. We're going to continue to watch here as the drivers go around. Syntax P7 trying to chase down that top 5 finish here, and he has to get past Velix and then find about 3 seconds to get to Marios. Marios having a run here on Kubu, going around into turn 5. He's on the outside, going to try to take the long way around, possibly do a switchback, does neither of the things there. Settles back into the slipstream. Marios into P5. Marios has DRS, Kubu does not. Does Marios have enough of a run here to get a pass done? And he's going to settle back just a little bit here through turns 6 and 7. You can see very, very close to the Alfa Romeo. And now they're going to have the run through turn 8, the left-hander. DRS now open as they go down the back straight. And now we've got to watch as well. Frantic going through, I believe that is Kushor, who is spun there. And turn 4, sector 1, yellow flag, but I think everything's okay. Mumamek and Juro still battling it out here as well. Who is going to come out on the top of this? Juro on the inside. Juro is able to redeem for the error earlier in the battle with Syntax, and now they're back through. Syntax still trying to chase down and pass Velix, staying just 2 tenths behind, and Syntax under some pretty serious pressure from Radislav Kepa needs to get a pass done here soon. We're on lap 28. Or 27 of 29 now. 2 laps to go. It's anyone's guess how this ends here. Mario's 2 tenths of a second back on Kubu. We're going to watch this battle. We're going to make sure to keep our eyes on this battle here with Syntax and Radislav Kepa as well, as Marios and Kubu run through turns 2, 3, 4 on the run down towards turn 5. Good passing zone here. Who is going to get the pass done? Around through. And there's a big bump there from Marios on the back of Kubu. Did he get any front wing damage from that? It's hard to tell, but is he going to be able to get the pass done? He's not. He's going to slot back in. He lost a lot of speed there from that contact. And now Syntax under pressure from Radislav Kepa, but also trying to put the pressure onto Velix. Syntax is in a very precarious position here. Is he going to be able to get the pass done? He's not. And Radislav Kepa is going to slot right back in here. So they are going to hold positions for another lap, it appears. Syntax going up the inside of Velix here, going around turn 9. He's going to come back out, and is he going to be ahead? He's still side by side as they go through turns 10, 11, 12. Now he's going to settle in. A little bit of a switch back there. He's trying to also defend just a little bit from Radislav Kepa, who is going to be able to get the pass done here for these drivers. I cannot tell, and as they go back through, it's anyone's guess, and that is a big error from Radislav Kepa. Radislav Kepa losing out big time there, spinning out of turn 15. He's now going to drop all the way back to the back of the points, and that is very unfortunate because he was on a absolute terror of a run there through the last few laps. We're on lap 28 of 29, and Syntax, just a tenth of a second back here from Velix, is going to try to get a little bit of a run again. We've seen this song and dance a couple times now be attempted. Is he going to be able to get this pass done, though, is the big question. And is Kubu going to finally be passed by Marios? DRS open here. Is he going to be able to have this pass done? Watch him as he goes down. He's going to look up the inside here. Is he going to get the pass done? He's late on the brakes going through, and he tries to Max Verstappen it, and Kubu has to compromise his line through the chicane. So he's got the pass done there for Syntax. Syntax is going to still be side by side with Velix as they run down, and who's going to come out on top of this battle now that we know Marios and Kubu, which is apparently still far from over as they battle through. Velix, Syntax also far from over. Couple laps left to go, and they're putting a lot of pressure on each other. And Syntax makes a big error there. Goes in the wall. Very lucky not to DNF there. Syntax snapping out of turn 9. Just the rear overtakes the front, and at that point, you're a passenger. Syntax back underway, though, and is going to come out in to P9. Considerable gap there. Very, very unfortunate. But Juro now also making a fatal error and spinning there. And look who is there to greet Juro when Juro gets back underway. It is Syntax in the Red Bull coming out of turn 16. So final lap, and we've got a few big battles to watch here on track. Of course, Syntax is going to be trying to pass Juro here. Juro is going to try to hold him back through as they go around. You've got Frantic up into P2 with Spaghetti Mafia, and P3 is Spaghetti Mafia going to be able to get a pass done here on Frantic and go back into the position of P2. They're side by side. Spaghetti Mafia, with the help of DRS, is going to be ahead, but is Frantic going to be able to battle it back? We're going to have to watch all of these battles here on track. Juro and Syntax. Syntax having a good run out of the final corner here, and Syntax is going to be able to get a pass done with DRS here down the main straight. Frantic is, of course, trying to chase back on Spaghetti Mafia. He's going to be able to get a pass done here as they run into the infamous turn 9 where we just saw Syntax spin a lap ago as he runs through. Kushor, fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Kushor down in P11, though, so it's not going to bid him any points as this battle goes through. And look just how close this battle is here for P2. And there is a big error from Spaghetti Mafia, and Frantic takes advantage of it there, so that is going to snap him through. And as Maku crosses the line to finish the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and take us into the back half of the season here, Frantic is going to come across and finish in P2. Spaghetti Mafia P3 after that error going under the hotel. Marios in P4. Kubu P5. Kubu's going to run up there with the help of penalties, getting him past Marios. Velix P6. Mumamek P6 after penalties. Juro's going to come across now. And where is Juro going to finish? Juro into P8. Syntax missing a front wing. There was something we missed there between those two drivers. And Syntax P9 comes across. I don't know what we missed there. Radislav Kepa will come across P10, and now as we see Kushor just now starting the hotel section, and Radislav Kepa is going to come across and steal the fastest lap there in P10 for the extra point. Something happened between Syntax and Juro, and I don't know what it was, and I don't know if anyone has a clip of that either. I'll have to go back and try to find something in the replays. But as we wait to see Kushor cross the line here and finish the race, Maku, Frantic, Spaghetti Mafia, it's a Haas 1-3 double podium. And Frantic is going to be in P2 after that error in turn 13 under the hotel from Spaghetti Mafia. And Frantic is going to be through the moon that he was able to get that pass done. Driver of the day goes to Maku. Very, very well deserved. Maku, of course, starting pretty far down the grid from qualifying. So, and that is going to be our split 2 concluded. Maku, Frantic, Spaghetti Mafia, Kubu, Marios, Mumamek, Valix, Juro, Syntax, Radislav Kepa also stealing the fastest lap on the final lap there. Kushor, Pink, Gamer, Baran, Nathan, and Bartosh are going to be all of our drivers here. So, of course, 3 DNFs, 4 safety cars. What a way to finish the race here. I'm trying to see if there's any indication of what happened there on the final lap there with Syntax. For Syntax to be missing a front wing. But I'm sure the stewards are going to look into that after the race. Everybody stick around with us for just a little bit, and we'll be back with Split 1. And it looks like Noda is going to be your winner of this Portuguese Grand Prix. Roski is your champion. JJ splits the middle, gets past both drivers.